what's up, Creole? Let me know if my audio is good. I still keep having this like static issue. That I need to figure out what's going on. Can you hear my voice? Is there any static? Hear the music? Luckily when I'm playing, I did double check. Yes, there will be a copyright claim on here, but we just won't be able to get ad revenue from this, but it'll still be public worldwide. What's up, Kaylee? I had to set the vibe right tonight, Creole, because I thought about playing just some regular royalty-free music, but this is Rtfkt. We gotta get it a little groovy in here tonight. You feel me? All right, thank you, Creole. Perfect. Thank you, Kaylee. I'm gonna wait probably about 60 seconds, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and dive right into it. We got a lot to cover, but I'm gonna go through it pretty quickly. Again, the objective of tonight is just to kind of have a broad overview of what is going on in the Rtfkt ecosystem, because I think it's something we all need to be paying very, very close attention to. All right, we're gonna talk about it. So yeah, we're gonna give it about 60 seconds here, and then we'll get started. See if we get some more people to drop in on a Saturday night. And Kaylee, did you say you're in college? Did I read that right last night, that you're on campus or something like that? What up, Coin Hodler? All right, we're gonna start at 7:05. Okay. When you drop in, hit that thumbs up. You already know what to do. Yo, Kaylee, that's what's up. Kaylee says, I'm in college. I live off campus. I just want to say congratulations. Like, you're in college right now. I mean, and I'm not sure what your age is, but I mean, I guess I'm assuming you're of regular age to be in college. I changed my major from nursing to accounting after I found out about Bitcoin and crypto. Best decision I ever made. Yeah, man. Ooh, if I was in college right now with all of this going on, you know what? Let me tell y'all something real quick. I was so ahead of my time. I'm gonna say it point blank. I was in Cinema 4D back in college. We were doing all this internet URL stuff back in my day. And let me tell you, if this all existed and was happening back in like 2011, 2015 era, y'all, I'd be on the beach somewhere. Kaylee 421 living life. Yes, you're so early. Congratulations. Welcome. Yes, I love to see young people in this space getting involved. Like, yes. You're so early. All right. Let's get started here, y'all. A man from day one. What's up? I'm glad to see we got some people dropping in tonight. I know it's a Saturday, so I was like, I don't know if people are gonna be out or what, but let's talk about it, okay? And y'all know what to do. Hit that thumbs up. Okay, y'all, Rtfkt. I know cover NYC coin. A man from day one. Let's hit these chats here in a little bit. I'm going to try to really kind of go through this so people have this as a resource. But yeah, put any questions in the chat, any comments in the chat. We'll get to it here in a second. All right, so let's get started, y'all. Like I said, the main objective is to give everyone a broad overview of what is happening in the Rtfkt ecosystem. What is happening in the Rtfkt ecosystem is wild. It's beautiful. It's just amazing. And I've just been taken aback by everything that has been happening, and also overwhelmed quite a bit as well. So let's get into it. And let me say, I know what I'm about to cover, there's a lot more information that could be discovered and added to this. This is just what I know with the time that I have been able to put into this and the time I've been able to keep up with this, right? So this is just, you know, just one piece of the bigger puzzle here, right? Okay, so Rtfkt Studios. Chapter 2 is about ecosystems. From now on, every release will have native clone wearables and pods to display utility, introducing the clone and pod ecosystems. Okay, we heard about this this year. Again, if you were plugged into our channel, we've been talking about Rtfkt in 2021, right? We've been put people on to the clonex drop and giving people the information, right? So now we're in chapter 2, which is essentially building the metaverse, right? And we're going to talk about it a little bit more here in a second. Okay, so in short story here, Rtfkt drops 100 pigeons for €1. Holders get an OG pigeon for free. Holders of pigeon get 3 clonex vial. Holders of vials get 3 space pods. Holders of not 3. Holders of vials get free space pod. Holders of pods get free loot. Holders of vials get free monolith. Okay, so you all know I like numbers, especially if you follow me on Instagram. I talk about numbers a lot, right? Let's just check out the floors. And again, this is bigger than floors, right? And I think a lot of people in the community are realizing that this is what's happening here with Rtfkt and clonex is bigger than floors. But it's nice to look at some floors, right? So clonex mint vial. So if you still have a clonex mint vial, that floor price is a 28 ETH right now. 28 ETH. Okay. Clonex. Okay, just clonex avatars. Current floor of 13.5 ETH. Wow, right? And as I always say, and people are buying these floors, right? Because a floor doesn't mean anything if no one's buying it, right? Spacepod, okay? Again, free airdrop just for holding a clonex. Free airdrop, the spacepod. We're at about 1.9 ETH right now, okay? You can buy it right now for 1.9 ETH. Moving forward, Pod X, or the loot pod, floor price of 1.25 ETH currently. And there's more, right? And this was also a free airdrop. Monolith, floor price of 4.97 ETH. Wow. Okay. So, wow. And this is what I was talking about again on my Instagram, and I talked about this in the past. When I was covering this and when the drop happened with clonex and people were like, scam this and it's 3 ETH, this is too much, da 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 da. It was easy to tell people hadn't done their research and done the deep dive on what Rtfkt has been doing, right? Because if you did that deep dive, you knew that you were going to get your money back tenfold, right? You knew that they were going to treat the community well. So look at these floor prices, look at the airdrops, and we know that there's more coming, right? That's what's crazy. So let's move forward. What's up, Daniel? What's up, the pothead? So what's been going on right now are quests and challenges. And this is super interesting, y'all. So Rtfkt has this whole it's an activity. It's these quests, right? And these puzzles that you have to solve. So what it's doing is bringing the community together. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more later. But you have all these clonex holders and people who aren't clonex holders, right? So even if you do not own a clonex, please stay listening to this live, because we're about to bring you into this as well. You do not have to have a clonex or any Rtfkt NFT for that matter to be able to participate and reap rewards of this ecosystem, right? But anyway, Rtfkt with this monolith, so there's this whole thing, we're trying to open up the monolith, see what's inside the monolith, right? And they have these quests and these challenges, and a lot of these have turned out to be puzzles. And let me tell y'all, I still don't get this, right? These aren't just some Rudy Poo puzzles. They just, pulled out their backside. No, these are like puzzles, right? These are like Da Vinci Code type situations. So really interesting stuff going on here. And what recently happened, actually today, wasn't that today? Yeah. One of the challenges was complete, which opened up or updated the loot pod and expanded the ecosystem, right? So here goes, right here, loot pod live update. Again, bringing our metaverse vision step by step. Virtual real estate can be updated at will and customized by community creators starting their little pod business. For now, we build rooms, but together we can all build millions of mini worlds. Wow. So what they are doing when these challenges and these quests are completed, it's expanding the ecosystem. It's expanding the metaverse. And so that is what happened today. Okay. And another cool thing that they're doing, and this is, again, just beautiful, right? And it tells a lot about the founders and, the team behind this. Introducing Rtfkt Zen sessions starting this Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time on our Discord. Introduction to meditation with Kenji Sumbers. So I believe every Friday, and I haven't been able to participate in these meditations, but I think they're doing them every Friday. But wow, right? This is, again, really interesting stuff that they're taking a step back and being like, okay, let's really take care of our community in more than just a monetary way or an NFT way. Let's bring some peace and tranquility and meditation and spirituality to this situation, right? And I wanted to take a second here to shout out the Cosmic Rose, who I actually met in at Miami Art Basel, and I've been able to keep in touch. But the Cosmic Rose has been having these spaces, been holding these spaces to talk about wellness in Web3. Wellness, spirituality, consciousness, creating sacred space in Web3 and in the metaverse. So these conversations are really interesting. Again, we're not going to go deep into this. I want to get Cosmic Rose on the channel at some point. But I think it's just really interesting how we're seeing such a major figure in the Web3 space also thinking about these topics, right? These topics are happening, right? So moving forward, let me hit the chat real quick. What's going on in the chat? Daniel, the Rtfkt clones seem expensive. Wow, 30 ETH. So, expensive. It just depends, right, on what is expensive and what like your investing strategy is and things of that nature, right? So again, if you had been on the Rtfkt train with their sneakers and the pigeons and all these sort of things, you got you got like 3 clone X's or 3 mint vials or something like that for it was like 0.02, 0.05 ETH or something like that. But if you were and that was the private sale, right? But if you're on the public sale, the starting price was three ETH, right? And then there was like some drama with the drop and whatnot. Just stuff happens. We know stuff happens with these NFT drops, but I think you could have gotten a mint vial or a clonex, right, from 3 ETH to 2.5 ETH, right? But again, if you had that ether, and you did the research, you knew that this was going to be a great investment, right? Creole. Michelle got in from day one. She told me to get some, but I didn't. Right. Facts. I told Creole to get the one with the Bitcoin glasses, but he didn't. Okay. Okay, moving forward. So I want to make it, let's talk about participation, because this is a big one here. To be very, very clear, because I sometimes see this on Twitter in like replies to certain Rtfkt posts. I wish I had a clonex. I wish I had a loot pod. I wish I could get one so I could be involved. Da 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 da. You do not have to own a single Rtfkt NFT to be able to participate in this economy. Okay, let's be very, very clear, and reap the rewards of this economy. So, for example, I was on here. We're on oncyber.io, where this ecosystem is, I guess, being hosted or being built, if you will, as far as the ecosystems. So let's just go into here, right? So, for example, the most recent challenge, right? Some people may think you would have to have the loot pot to participate, but all you have to do is just go on Cyber, right? So I'm in one of the loot pods right now. Again, this is someone else's loot pod. Look, right? You can see what's going on. You don't have to have a loot pod to be able to come in here and start figuring out these codes and these puzzles. So again, don't feel like you have to miss out if you don't own one of these NFTs. And furthermore, about participation, there are a lot of community spaces and these talks happening on Twitter. Gotta shout out Cass here, right? Has been throwing regular community spaces, especially for these challenges, bringing people together in these spaces. And what's cool about these spaces is you get to hear from a lot of different clonex owners, but also people who aren't clonex owners, right? Again, people who are putting their input in on these topics. And today I dropped in on one. They were talking about VR, they were talking about AR, they were talking about digital fashion, they were talking about a variety of things, and I was able to put my 2 cents in on one of last week's lives as well, right? So get in on these community spaces, just listen in. And why participate? So if you're in this NFT space and you're in one of these ride or die communities, you know that it pays to be engaged with those communities, right? And so I thought this was a really interesting story and just really cool. Frankie here, and I heard a little bit about her story on last week's live, but she doesn't yet own a clonex, but she's so involved into the clonex and Rtfkt community that she was able to get a partnership to do weekly video updates, right? clonex community is unmatched. Got in real life partnership for weekly video updates. Couldn't be happier to deliver non-biased technical information. Thank you, clonex. So again, that's what's so cool about this, And I've seen this even in the Aku community. People are just so ride or die for each other that you get blessed just for being engaged, right? I remember on one of the Aku calls, someone just gave one of the chapters away. Again, $1,000 value at that time. Gave a chapter away to somebody who was just super hyped to be a part of the community, right? And we see this all over Rtfkt community as well. People are doing airdrops with pod decor. You have people doing, kind of like raffles and retweet this to get a spacepod and things of that nature, right? So there's just so much opportunity in this space right now. It's mind-blowing, right? It's mind-blowing. And we also see, going over here back to cats, we also see a lot of cats in here who are so active, engaged with the space, that they end up becoming an Rtfkt mod, right? How cool is that? Something that you love so much, now you're able to work directly with and become a mod of that community. Wow. Now let's get into the monetization part, because this is big. This is what blew me away more than anything, right? So Handro says here, understand that the Rtfkt Studios team are encouraging us to develop skills that will break us free from the 9-to-5 cycle without relying on a mooning floor. Forever thankful for the newfound perspective and drive I've obtained since joining this community. Let's continue to build. Yes. And then we have here, it's all about being a creator. As human beings, we are meant to create. Remember, we are creators. Wow. This is huge, right? And again, it just blows my mind that this is developing right now. So just for example, right? Again, just say you're a creator, you're a digital artist, you're a musician, you're this, that, or the other. You're able to plug into the Rtfkt ecosystem and create a revenue source, a stream of income by being plugged into the Rtfkt ecosystem, right? And the thing about it is, and we're going to talk about it more, you don't have to be a digital artist. I've seen people making personalized clonex blankets. I've seen people are doing digital fashion. There's just so, think about your creativity and what you do right now and how that could be applied somewhere within the Rtfkt ecosystem, right? People are plugging in. And so, for example, what's happening is you have seasoned digital artists, people who do 3D renders and skins and things of that nature, developing streams of income from this. And you also have new people who are just learning, right? And I was saying this on my Instagram, I might get back into Cinema 4D and these programs at this point because the opportunity is just too significant. Look at volume traded. Again, we're talking, this is Rtfkt spacepod decor, right? And you can kind of go, I have a lot of Beb stuff. I have a lot of Beb stuff. But y'all, this is within 2 months. Hello. You know what I'm saying? Volume traded. And you see this across a lot of these digital creators. They are creating massive streams of income through the Rtfkt ecosystem and through clonex owners buying. And again, this stuff, you can buy stuff for $2, right? It's not like they're charging $500 for a piece of this decor, right? They're selling stuff $2, $3, $25, $50, $100, right? And again, it's just this economy that's forming, right? And again, over here with Beb, and if you're like, man, how do I get started? Here's the thing. The community is here for you to help you to get started. There's no excuse, right? Because my whole thing is like, if you know someone who's out of a job, if you know someone who needs an extra $1,000 a month, who's struggling, who has a passion in 3D and rendering and wants to create another stream of income, if you just want to have fun, whatever, the community Rtfkt has made it simple for you to get started. All the tools you need are here in the Rtfkt ecosystem, and that is what is so wild and beautiful about this. But Bev Eve, something to help educate the community with Polygon and OpenSea, how they interact and how we can use the platforms, right? So you have creators like this who are helping and walking people through how to do this stuff. Everything from, transferring NFTs without OpenSea, to getting started in Blender, this, that, and the other, right? Let's talk Polygon and OpenSea, a thread here, right? Giving people information. And another thing about Bev, and shout out to Bev, I created my first NFT because of Bev. And Bev had, let me go back over here. Where is it at? And I haven't published my spacepod yet because I got to get it right, or else I'm not going to publish it. So I'm still working on mine. It's a work in progress. I'm getting closer and closer. But for example, where is it? Where is it? Okay, the screen kit. So when I actually published my spacepod, I'll let y'all know. But I bought this screen kit from Bev, and Bev walks you through the process of how to customize the screen, mint it, and then add it to your spacepod. So in my spacepod right now, I have a screensaver of the Untwisting the Game logo, right? And again, it's because of this community. Let me hit the chat real quick. Actually, let me read this one more thing. Okay, so we talked about, spacepod decor and things of that nature. But again, think outside the box a little bit as well. But one thing here, fashion, right? And I tried to pull up one person in the community created it was like a jogging suit. It was a track suit with Rtfkt logo and stuff on like that on that, and was selling those, right? And that person said they used Clo, which we've talked about on this channel. We've talked about digital fashion. We've talked about the Fabricant. We talked about all these different platforms where you can go and start creating your own digital clothing. And again, being able to plug into these ecosystems like Rtfkt and start creating a stream of revenue, a stream of income, right? Again, Rtfkt, they're on this digital fashion. This stuff is happening. Let's hit the chat real quick. Whoa, Kaylee Ford. Whoa, they partnered with her just for being active. Right. And again, I'm not sure what the details of that partnership is. But again, hearing her speak in these Twitter spaces, she's very involved, right? And she's working her way to that clonex. And again, this space is so crazy. You stay involved, you keep putting the work in, you keep bringing value to these communities. You might wake up and have a space pod sitting in your sitting in your collection, right? Somebody might just send you that. Somebody just might wake up on the right side of the bed and bless you with something in these spaces, right? I've seen it before, and like I said, there's people in the ecosystem who are doing raffles, giving away things. Rtfkt is constantly acknowledging creators and people who are engaged in this community and giving people opportunities, right? So much going on, so hard to keep up. 6 figures of airdrops this year, and we only in February. Right, y'all, like, that's what I'm saying, y'all. When I tell you, I was hype on Instagram a couple weeks ago because it was just hitting me, right? Again, when this with the Pod X, with the Loot Pod and the Monolith, at the time that this dropped, it was almost worth $18,000. Again, within 48 hours. Wow. This is why I keep saying people are sleeping on this. People are sleeping on NFTs, on the metaverse, sour-faced, having negative things to say when they need to be getting in this and figuring this stuff out. Figure this stuff out, y'all. There's too much opportunity, too much money on the table to be made in these spaces. Too much opportunity, y'all. Creole, yep, community strong, very, very strong. Coin holler, sounds too good to be true. In regards to what? In regards to, being able to, create a stream of income from this. It's happening. Just go on Twitter. And that's why I was telling people, just go to Twitter. If you don't know what's going on, just go to Twitter. Look at these OpenSea profiles. Right? Wow. Creole. About to take some Cinema 4D classes. I hear you. Let me tell y'all, I hit Creole up a couple weeks ago and I was like, yo, I might just need to stop everything and just get back into Cinema 4D and get back into these 3D softwares and these programs. I think I have some Cinema 4D videos. And again, like if you have, Cinema 4D videos as in tutorials and stuff like that. Is that what you mean? Okay, let's move on, y'all. Let's move forward. Okay, so let's talk about how to keep up with everything. This is going to be super quick. So, of course, Rtfkt Luxon here has who you absolutely have to be following. Rtfkt Discord 3.0. The Rtfkt Discord has been updated. You absolutely have to be in the Rtfkt Discord. It's a non-negotiable, right? Spacepod, together we will create the metaverse step by step. Collective help, open categories to ask for help during your creative journey. Okay, and this goes back to, Creole, if you're really trying to do it, again, all the creative help that you need is in the Discord, and we're going to look at it here in a second. But again, how to keep up on this information, and y'all, is really hard, right? Especially if you have other things to do during the day. Right, it's hard to keep up because everything is moving so fast in this space. But here, the Rtfkt Studios mods, community managers are the blue chips of this space. Absolutely, people that you have to be following. Period. Point blank. Right. Rtfkt News, a recent Twitter that has been sharing news and thoughts and things of that nature. This is another good Twitter to be following. We have Spacepod Curated. Again, there's so many people dropping. It's a lot, y'all. There's so many people dropping Spacepod decor and Loot Pod decor and skins and things of that nature. There's just no way that you can keep up. It's a lot, y'all. But Spacepod Curated is trying to help us a little bit here by reposting what all these creators are posting. And again, we're talking, they're doing airdrops of these, right? Airdropping to 25 lucky owners. These are free items that you can get, right? If you catch it in time. So yeah, this is another good one. And again, I think there's like discords and other resources as well to help stay updated on all this. So wrapping this up, and this is what's huge here. Rtfkt Studios tweeted this today. Do you get it now? It's not gonna be a team building the metaverse. It's all of us. I just got chills even just saying that. Right? Because again, I still don't think people get it. And let's remember, Rtfkt has been acquired by Nike, right? So this is Nike as well talking, right? This is Nike's metaverse to some extent as well, right? So, wow. This is what we're talking about here, right? Because again, I kind of think about to kind of the conversations that were going on. Rtfkt getting, acquired by Nike. They're, what's the word that I'm looking for? They're giving it up to the corporations and this, that, it was that sort of talk. But when you see this and you see what is happening and what is developing in the Rtfkt ecosystem, this is Web3. This is Web3. This is the metaverse, right? All of us are building it. All of us have a part in this. Wow. Where else in the can someone tell me in the chat, where else in the NFT metaverse space are they having conversations like this? Where else are they talking like this in the NFT space? Where? Now I could probably say Aku as well, right? But wow, right? Last thing here, and we're gonna end it. I'm gone a lot longer than I intended to go. But you absolutely have to get into the Rtfkt Discord. I'm not going to go through all this because if you want to see what's in the Discord, you need to get in the Discord, right? But look at this. Creative, Unreal Engine, Maya, Cinema 4D, right? They are helping, I don't want to say breed, but like they are helping develop creators, right? You don't have to have a background in knowing how to render 3D objects, right? You don't have to have a background in Photoshop. They're bringing the tools and the creators and the educators to the Rtfkt ecosystem to help you from scratch figure this stuff out, right? There were some memes and comments going around how everybody is in Blender right now making donuts because that's like the easiest thing to make in Blender or something, right? Or something like that, right? So again, you have people who are completely new to the digital creative suites and programs who are getting into this and making it happen. Yo. Okay, drop anything else in the chat, y'all. All right, let's hit the chat. Let's see what's going on. I'm in from day one. I have OpenSea, the Terra Virtua, and Vivi. I will double back to OpenSea again. Thank you. And let me say this on Cyber, and if you don't want to mint on Ethereum or whatever, they are creating more and more integrations on. I think they have what is Cosmos. Wait, is that Cosmos that I'm thinking about? They do have other blockchains, right, integrated where you can pull those NFTs and showcase them in your gallery, your spacepod, or whatnot. Hopefully, I didn't butcher that language there, but y'all get what I mean. Kaylee Ford, just join the Discord. Yes. Stay engaged. Coin Hodler. What kind of influence does Nike have of shutting something down or freezing something? OpenSea's got that freeze power, I know. So, in regards to what do you mean, right? What kind of influence does Nike have of shutting something down or freezing something? What do you mean by that? So, yeah, what I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. Let me know what you mean by that. OpenSea's got that freeze power, I know. Are you saying... Are you talking about with addresses? Are you talking about taking things offline? Let me know more on that. Because also remember, a lot of this is on Ethereum, right? So, free, shut down to what extent? You know what I mean? All right, y'all. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you all for tuning in on a Saturday night. Lastly, if you're watching this and you got any sort of value out of this presentation, right? Hit the solo.to link in the description. Show some love. You can use some of our referral links. Join the Discord. You already know what it is. You can hit me up on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, tweet this at Rtfkt or some of the mods or whatever if you thought this gave you some value. And with that, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed Saturday and rest of your weekend.